My name is Casey Gurring, and today I'm going to be doing a speech over zoos and the pros and cons about the animals inside and their overall well-being. Anatole France once said, "Until one has loved an animal, one's part of their soul remains unawakened." This is the perfect transition into my speech today. It kind of just explains how animals affect people and how we should help affect them in a positive way instead of a negative way. My speech is going to inform people and audience and stuff like that about zoos and their overall pros and cons towards the animals inside. And then it's also going to kind of tell you how you can properly fund a zoo that is well put together and good for the animals. And then also how to kind of stay away and avoid zoos that tend to not have as better care for the animals, to kind of not give them as much business.
Zoos have become an integral part of society. Zoos see over 180 million visitors a year. However, do zoos and aquariums provide more benefits or harms? Let's take a look at some of the pros and cons of zoos. Zoos provide hands-on education to children and the community at large about animals and biology. This also allows zoos to promote the importance of conservation to visitors, including children. Zoos allow for in-depth scientific study of animals that could not necessarily be performed in the wild. This allows us to expand our knowledge of biology and to develop better ways of protecting these animals, as well as develop new medicines for both animals and humans. Zoos can be crucial in the survival of endangered species. Zoos provide a protected populace of an endangered species, and many zoos have been involved in conservation projects that reintroduce endangered species to their native habitats. Some animals can be harmed by the conditions of zoos. Animals are kept in environments far smaller than that of their natural environment, and that can have severe negative effects. For example, orcas in captivity tend to live much shorter lives than those in the wild. Capturing animals and transporting them to zoos is often cruel. Animals can be injured in either of these processes, and it is an extremely stressful experience. That said, today the bulk of animals are bred in captivity or were found injured in the wild. Zoos are primarily an entertainment platform, and that limits their ability to educate and promote conservation. Zoos typically spend only 1% of their funds directly on conservation, and people go to zoos primarily for an entertaining family outing, not to learn about the struggles of endangered animals. Let us know what you think about zoos.
All around the world, people go to several different places to find entertainment, and a huge one is zoos. According to the American Zoo and Aquarium Association, there are over 10,000 zoos worldwide. That's not including your aquariums or marine life or anything like that is strictly just zoos. Pretty much everybody knows what a zoo is, but we're just going to do a quick recap so that everybody has a good clarification. According to dictionary.com, a zoo is an establishment which maintains a collection of wild animals, typically in parks or gardens, for study, conservation, or display to the public. A lot of people go to visit zoos every day in the United States, especially in the world. So a lot of people visit zoos for entertainment. They like exploring the odd, the cute, the scary. They like learning. But a lot of the time, zoos do not maintain the correct facilities for animals that is needed. Sadly, a lot of zoos and wildlife establishments do not provide proper necessities for animals and their basic needs. So here I have a picture, and it's just a sad picture of a sweet little bear, and it's just kind of showing he appears to be in not a natural habitat for a bear. He seems to be in cement, which is obviously not their natural habitat, and he just looks very sad and alone. When animals don't have sufficient space, diet, and environmental reactions, etc., they can develop mental health problems, health problems, and tragically, many of these animals will not be provided with the help that they need after getting these problems, and they will sadly perish or suffer very bad health problems. I personally have only been to a couple zoos. The older I got, the more I started to realize how different zoos take care of their animals. One of my more local zoos, every time I go, the exhibits are just small and sad, and none of the animals are really reacting to anything. They always look kind of tired and a little worn out. But a farther travel, there's a very nice zoo, and all of these animals seem happy, they seem well taken care of, none of them have ever looked sick, they always have feeding schedules, they have health schedules put on the wall so everybody can see that they are properly being taken care of. Obviously, this is not the same as being in the wild as they're used to, but a lot of what that zoo does is they take injured animals, take care of them, and have other people observe them and be for entertainment reasons while they're being helped. So after doing some soul searching and research, I decided to only attend that zoo rather than the local one. That way I give money back to a zoo that really cares about their animals and benefit them rather than hurt them. And then I kind of boycott the prison-style zoo that's more local that doesn't take as proper care of them. Okay, so one of my examples is going to talk about whales and their, habitats and stuff. So this says, suppose zoos, aquariums, and marine life mammal theme parks in the United States that currently keep killer whales were to stop keeping killer whales in captivity. Would this make you more or less likely to visit these places? So this shows kind of a chart. 2% said not sure, 71% said would make no difference in decision, 14% said more likely to visit, and 13% said less likely to visit. So this just kind of shows us how it affects other animals and how people kind of take it and how they react to animals being kept in captivity. Now, I'm not proposing that people never visit zoos again. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it's an important topic to research and really kind of be wise about. The more money you give to awful zoos, the longer they stay open and more animals suffer and perish. If you want to enjoy a zoo or wildlife center, maybe choose one that rehabilitates animals, such as the one that I had given in my example, that give them proper care that they deserve. I think it's just very, very important that we take care of the animals that we have and treat them with respect.